Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, we have a question from JSmav25 who says, knee pain is holding me back in basketball season. What do I do? Well, I am the perfect individual to ask this question to. Why? Because I coach a high school basketball team, and guess how many athletes on my team have knee pain? Actually, one. I was going to say zero, but there is one athlete on my team who does have knee pain. However, he's new to the team, and I haven't been able to work with him up until now. And I guarantee that I either completely fix his knee pain or get him almost all of the way there by using the 5 steps that I'm going to give you today. But before I give you these 5 steps, make sure that you comment JUMP, J-U-M-P, down below in the comment section for a free bodyweight vertical jump training program. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. Very quickly, before I give you these 5 steps, I want you to know that the number one cause of all knee pain, no matter what it is overuse. You are overloading the capacity of the tissue. In this case, the tendons, most likely. So you either have patellar tendinopathy or quadriceps tendinopathy. I am going to be focusing more on tendinopathy in this video. However, these 5 steps are going to be beneficial for you no matter what your knee pain is, most of them. But the number one cause of all knee pain is overuse. So it is infinitely harder to fix your knee pain in season because you are practicing and having games 5 to 6 days per week. However, and this is why load management exists in the NBA, because they are loading so much. They are overloading the capacity of the tissue, so they need to dial back that load, manage that load, so that they can have time to rest, recover, and heal those tendons a little bit more and feel a little bit better. So just keep that in mind. But these 5 tips are, if they don't help you get all the way better, completely fix your knee pain, they are going to definitely help you feel better in season. So tip number 1, you guessed it. You are going to do isometrics before every single game and every single practice. If you skip this step, then I hope you have knee pain. I'm not sorry at all. If you skip this step, you're skipping your isos, you're soft, and I hope that you have knee pain. This is how I talk to my high school athletes too. Like, the amount of times that I call them soft is unreal. But I'm a little bit old school. My mother was old school, so I got beat when I did something wrong. Can't beat kids nowadays. Although, wait till Cash gets older. If I ain't breaking his ankles, I'm beating him. I'm kidding. All right, stop yapping. Number 1, do isometrics 3 to 5 sets. 5 sets is better, of isometrics before every single practice and every single game. Could be a wall sit, a lunge hold, Spanish squat, single leg knee extension hold, double leg knee extension hold, tiptoe squat hold. 3 to 5 sets of 45-second isometrics before every single time that you play in a game or in a practice. Why? Because this brings on an analgesic effect that allows you to move without as much imbalances. And it makes it so that you don't have as much pain when you play. It warms the tendons a little bit more. It gets you ready for that activity. And all of the research has shown that doing these isometrics before you get into activity is going to be beneficial in the long run for the health of the tendons. So I do want to mention that if you have patellar tendon pain, which is, pain in the tendon below the kneecap, versus quadricep tendon pain, which is above the kneecap. If you have patellar tendon pain, then you're going to want to do your isos as close to a 60-degree joint angle as possible. Whereas if you have quadriceps tendon pain, you're going to want deeper knee bend. So that would be more like a Spanish squat or a wall sit. What I like to do is a wall sit, and I back my heels up a little bit more, and then I sink a little bit deeper in that wall sit. Or you can do a tiptoe squat hold where I'm not putting any videos on the screen. I'm really sorry, I don't have time. But you just get in a tiptoe position, lift yourself up a little bit so you're in a very deep squat. You're squatting all the way down, but you're on the balls of your feet. Then you slightly come up and you hold that isometric for 45 seconds. But you just want your isos to be in a deeper knee bend position, the quadricep tendon in a stretch position, and do your isometric in that position. That's tip number 1. 3 to 5 sets, 45-second isos before every single game and every single practice. Number 2, you're going to want to strengthen knee dominant movements. You can't completely avoid this in season, but strengthen your knee dominant movements at low intensity. So this could be a squat, it could be a leg press, it could be a step down. But what you're going to want to do is make sure that you're not going past a 3 out of 10 pain. So for some athletes, this is going to be heavier. For some, it's going to be super light. But you might need to do a leg press super, super light, or you might need to do a deep squat with band assistance, to not pass 3 out of 10 pain. But you're going to want to strengthen full range of motion at very slow speeds. So we'll say 4 seconds on the way down, 4 seconds on the way up, very light. Use assistance if you need to, and you're going to want to we're not avoiding this, but you oh my God, I can't talk. You're going to want to strengthen those knee dominant movements at very low intensity. Tip number 3, you're going to want to strengthen your post chain, or we'll say all exercises that don't hurt at higher volumes and higher intensities. So think about you're doing a barbell back squat, probably going to hurt your knees. But what about a hamstring curl? Not going to hurt as much. An RDL, not going to hurt as much. Calf raises, not going to hurt as much. You can strengthen the posterior chain. You can go more intense on those exercises because it doesn't hurt your knees as much. And this is glute medius work too. So glute medius, you're going to want to strengthen that. So clamshells with a mini band, or like you lay on your side and you do the leg raises, but right here on the side of your butt, you are going to want to strengthen that. So RDLs, hamstring curls, calf raises, glute medius work, all the exercises that don't hurt or don't cause as much pain, go more intense on those. So we're still using the the pain scale, and don't go above 3 out of 10 on the pain scale. But you're going to be able to go more intense on post chain movements than you are on anterior knee dominant movements. So tip number 1, 3 to 5 sets of isos before every game. Tip number 2, strengthen knee dominant movements at full range of motion, slow strength, very low intensity. Number 3, strengthen post chain at high volume and high intensity. And then number 4, improve your mobility. Just do a little bit of mobility work every single day. You could do isos before practice, then do some mobility work. But I did say that the number 1 cause of knee pain is overuse, right? There's tons of causes of knee pain, right? You might be fat. You might be weak. You might have poor mobility. You might have poor flexibility. You might be overloading the tissue. All of these have different percentages of how much they contribute to your knee pain. Tight hamstrings, going to contribute a tiny bit. Practicing 5 to 6 days a week, going to contribute a lot to your knee pain. But number 4 is improve your mobility. Tight hips, so poor internal and external rotation of the hips is going to matter. So improve that. Poor ankle mobility is going to matter. So improve that. Ankle dorsiflexion, improve that. Poor tibial internal and external rotation is going to matter. Improve that. So if I were you, I would just do some mobility work for your hips and ankles every single day, and that will likely help improve your knee pain. It doesn't have to be long. 5 to 10 minutes is going to be okay. I would focus on a few exercises as opposed to a handful of exercises. So just find a few mobility exercises that are going to be good for your hips and your ankles, and just do those every single day. Make it a habit. Make it a part of your routine. And then number 5 is I want you to do some static stretching if it helps. Only if it helps, right? And I want you to do this after your practices. So if your knee pain is really bad, I want you to avoid the couch stretch and the quad stretch, right? A lot of coaches and trainers out there say that those are the best for knee pain. Stretching for knee pain is not the biggest factor at all. I did want to add this on here, but if you didn't stretch at all, I wouldn't be mad at you. Like, if you don't stretch, I'm not going to be like, you can't fix your knee pain without stretching. Stretching can just help alleviate the pain a little bit. It's not going to fix a problem, but it can alleviate the pain just a little bit. But you're mainly going to want to be stretching your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes, once again, post chain. And then when it comes to, quad stretch, couch stretch, those have been shown to put a little bit of compressive loading on the tendons. So you are going to want to avoid those in the beginning, or if you are deep in the stages of tendinopathy. So I hope this helps. These are the 5 tips. Isometrics before every game in practice, strengthen knee dominant movement, full range of motion, slow strength at very low intensity. Number 3, strengthen post chain at high volume and intensity. Number 4, improve your mobility. Number 3, improve your flexibility or do some static stretching, hamstrings, calves, glutes, if it helps. But these are 5 tips to fix your knee pain, or at least get closer, have less knee pain in season. And this is exactly what I do with my high school team. Anyways, like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, comment jump if you want a free bodyweight vertical jump training program, and leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.